So Donald Trump told the Wall Street Journal recently that the One China policy is, quote, under negotiation. Well, it goes without saying that they really didn't like that, and they fired yet another warning shot here. They've been doing it time and time again for Donald Trump because he's a crazy person, and he's a little off his rocker, and he keeps saying things that are jeopardizing the future of U.S.-China relations. So here's what the state-run China Daily paper said. Quote, if Trump is determined to use this gambit in taking office, a period of fierce, damaging interactions will be unavoidable, as Beijing will have no choice but to take off the gloves. Oh boy. So, do you understand what's going on here? This is China, yet again, saying, hey, ease up there, fella, and if you don't ease up, you know, it's quite easy for us to really cripple your economy. And that's true. They're our number one trading partner. They've actually said specifically beforehand, how would you like it if we limited your Apple products being shipped to your country? Apparently the supply line for Apple comes through China. How would you like that if we just cut back a little bit on the number of Apple products you get? Would you like that? How'd you like it if we cut off fill in the blank with the various, deep industrial ties we have to China? If we cut down your trade. Now, this is where people say, yeah, but Trump would respond. Yeah, and then China would respond. And then Trump would respond again. And then China would respond again. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a trade war. Now, understand, I don't think Trump is wrong when he says, hey, China's been screwing us and various other nations and trade deals have been screwing us. And Trump is, at least his rhetoric, is way more protectionist than other politicians. And I actually agree with Trump on that. But still, there's a massive, massive flaw with Donald Trump on this issue, which is you need a president to have their mind in the right place on this issue. So they need to believe that protectionism is more the way to go. And we're still in favor of trade, but trade out of necessity as opposed to trade by choice to boost corporate profits. But you need to have a president who can ameliorate the situation without sparking a trade war. So you need to become more protectionist, keep more jobs in the U.S., yes, rebuild our own economy, look out for the people of the United States of America, but do it in a way where you get the other nations to go along with it mutually. So you're not sparking a trade war and you're not crippling the economy in the attempt at making it better. And the way Donald Trump talks about all these people we trade with and the way they respond shows me, oh, no. What do you think's going to happen? Of course, there's no doubt there would be a trade war. Now, any changes Donald Trump wants, there's a reactionary knee-jerk no from China. Whereas if you handle this in a diplomatic way, you could have gotten many concessions and you could have been more protectionist and they would have been fine with it. So he doesn't know what he's doing. That's the problem. So even when his rhetoric is right on an issue, and maybe in his heart of heart he really believes we should be more protectionist. Even when he's right on it, though, he goes about it in the wrong way. And then the end result might be worse than if his heart was in the wrong position. The end result might be worse if he's in favor of protectionism, but he would spark a trade war to try to get that ends. It might be a better situation if he was just not in favor of protectionism and he was more for outsourcing, because at least then you wouldn't have the trade war and you wouldn't potentially cripple the economy. So this is what worries me most about Donald Trump, is stuff like this. Stuff like, I'm not concerned about Russia in the same way that the goofball Democrats are now concerned about Russia, where they act like he's so chummy with him that he's going to be a puppet for Vladimir Putin. Wrong. That's not why I'm concerned. I'm concerned because if Vladimir Putin decides, no, seriously, Trump will let me do whatever I want, and then he starts, for example, knocking off a post-Soviet state here or there, just like he jacked Crimea, he goes, Estonia, what's good, dog? Mine. If he starts doing that, and then the rhetoric in the U.S. is, Trump's weak, Trump's weak on foreign policy, he's so weak, he lets everybody do whatever, weak. Then I'm really afraid, because then Trump goes, that relationship, which people say is too chummy now, becomes the exact opposite. And Trump views Putin as trying to make me look weak. I'll show you how strong I am. Go, go, go. And then we're in World War III. So that's what worries me, is the fact that he's really not that intelligent and he doesn't know how to deal with people on a personal level to get what he wants and what should be the policies for the American people. Because of that, and how impulsive he is and thin-skinned he is and narcissistic he is, a lot of things could go wrong, and this is just one example.